Well, I got up about 8:30 this morning to this, and I walked outside, and I think the wind chill on this is just a hair low, but it was a little nippy at 8:30. The gusts of wind and the wind here are totally incorrect. The cloud cover's correct. It was just yucky from the get-go this morning. Uh, So I started working on a project that I'll finish Wednesday. I had to order some parts for it. Um, but then, 9 o'clock, 9:30, I kept going outside and just staring because it got warm enough to be outside pretty early today here because of two things. There was virtually no wind, and it was very humid. Overcast badly, but that keeps the apparent temperature up. So by 11:30, you can see here, 11 o'clock-ish, just after 11 today, this popped up. Wind chill 47. I think it felt warmer than that, probably because of the humidity again. And the gusts, 31 miles an hour. That's totally wrong. I don't even think the wind's right on this for that time of day. So I just kind of watched the weather while I was working on a project this morning, in and out, 3 hours or so. And was just kind of bummed out that maybe I could have flown, but the big field that I need to use is muddy. The close field is small. Hadn't planned on it, so. And then at noon it just started raining, which is going to completely sock out the big field for days. The close field has got sand for the road, so it does pretty good. It drains off pretty quick. Still don't want to get stuck out in there. But so what I found about this is I've got the wind chill dialed in pretty good. I might be able to drop it a little more. We'll see as I go out and play with it like I did this morning. But the miles per hour and the gusts, I can't do a darn thing about. The rest of it, I can look and see if it's raining, going to rain. Can I get there and fly before it rains and get out of the rain before it rains, even if it just rains on me driving back? Looks like that comes down to mostly like this morning, walking outside and seeing what it's really like compared to this. And the wind chill is pretty close for what I want to tolerate, and the wind just isn't correct. I'm going to have to ask them how this is supposed to be getting its wind. I thought it was getting it from a local NOAA weather station or some crap like that. I don't know. So after my first project, well, let me show you what the forecast is for the next week. Not on this app. This app, when I show you what the local weather person here said today, you'll go, yeah, Monday, definitely cold. Tuesday, cold, windy. Wednesday, cold. Thursday, cold. Friday is a possibility. Oops. Friday is a possibility. I think 44 is too cold for me. 45 is fine right now. And the wind's supposed to be low. But again, best way to know what's going on is to walk outside and see. But let me show you what the 7-day is real quick here. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday is supposed to be cold for Monday and Tuesday starting out, and then Wednesday and Thursday is supposed to be really windy. So the first possibility is Friday, And as you can see, next weekend is going to be raining again. 7-day cycle we get into here. But even the weather person said they can't say for sure it's going to snow on Sunday. It's too far out to tell. So Friday looks best. But like I'm beginning to find out with these apps I'm trying to get to help me, still the best thing to do is just to walk outside and see what the heck is going on. So after my first project fell through today, uh, needed to order some parts. I decided to start working on the mini Skyhunter. Rainy day. I guess it's time to start building the mini Skyhunter. Got all the parts here. Everything I need according to these recommendations right here. I think I'm using a 40 amp ESC instead of a 30. Other than that, they match perfectly. Yep, it's a 40. Other than that, there's nothing different. So tonight I'm just going to be looking through it to see how it should be built, etc., etc. I'm too late to really get serious about building tonight. I'm already changing things up. Well, it says to put the long servo cable through the left boom for the elevator, and I'm going to pull it out and put it through the right because I'm going to put the elevator and the elevator linkages up so they don't drag on the ground on landing. Therefore, I want the wire, don't want to route it up and around like that and down to go in the boom. I just want to run it normally over here. Plus, I'm going to put servos in the vertical stabilizers and run working rudders. So I want the rudder linkages on the inside also. And I'll be running one rudder servo connector up one boom and one servo connector up another boom. And we'll be running dual rudder channels. In RD you can run dual, triple, quadruple channels, whatever you want to do. You just sign it in the RC assignment as a rudder and an aileron. You can do the ailerons on a two servo outputs. You can then change the end points on them individually, the mid points on them individually, all that stuff if you want to. It's just most models come with one of these, which is a Y cable, so you don't have to. That's frequently the way ailerons are done, and that's the way I'm going to do these ailerons. But I'm going to do the rudders as two separate rudder channels, just for kicks and grins. Because I can, because Ardu can, and just to play with something new. So that's basically how that part should be set up. Now that I've dry fitted them, I can start cutting on them and gluing in servos and all that stuff now that I have a plan of attack. Just like that. So that's the servo. And here's the way the wire runs. And it's going to run well to the right side just like I wanted it to. I think they wanted this part up. I'm not going to build it that way. And here's a carbon fiber rod. It's not really a rod, it's kind of a spar. I'll epoxy that down in the horizontal stabilizer. Yep, I think that's going to work really well. Well, I'm going to cut out right here for the servo to go in. But I'm going to try to cut it as shallow as I can so I don't cut all the way through. I think that's going to be my best bet. I'll have to, as I start cutting it out, see how the servo fits in. It may just need to all be cut out and the servo centered in it. We'll see. Don't know what the thickness of this versus my servo is. Well, I cut it all the way through. The servo's just a hair thicker than the rudder. So if I center it up in there, it'll be equal drag on both sides, in my opinion. So right there's how I'm going to do the two rudders. I guess I didn't, well, started to say I didn't have to cut out all of this area, but yeah, the servo horn will be moving in there, so that's fine. Well, I'm all prepped to start gluing. Got to get the carbon fiber rod glued in the horizontal stabilizer, glue the servo in, glue the two servos in the vertical stabilizer, put the elevator horn and the rudder horns on. I've got to find horns for this. They only sent 3 sets. Got to put the aileron horns on, the linkage here, linkage there, linkage everywhere. I've scrubbed these up. Now they say just to put these on, and then there's some bolts and nuts to go through these 2 holes. I'm going to glue it in addition. So I guess tomorrow we will start gluing. Going to have to run my own wires up the booms for the 2 rudders, but it's no big deal. That's how I piddled away today. Rainy day, like I say. Was it cold? Wasn't cold at all. It was quite nice, actually. This will keep me busy for the next 4 days or so, with the possibility of flying Friday. Have a good one, y'all. Thank you.